Of course, when I finally get the Call of Duty I've been describing for years, it has to be handled like this. Roll the video. Would you believe me if I told you I didn't want to upload another negative Modern Warfare video? Regardless whether you think I do or don't, I really just wanted my next video to be on the MK9, the SAW, the new LMG. That's the next video I wanted to make. But instead, I feel like I need to talk about the latest update that sort of broke Modern Warfare, and the hidden changes that they just left out of the patch notes again. So if you only read the patch notes for Modern Warfare's newest update, you wouldn't know that you can drop guns in Warzone now. You wouldn't know that the S87 and the MG34's open bolt delay, which is the time between pulling the trigger and a round actually leaving the gun, which for the MG34 was like 300 milliseconds, and for the S87 was like 100 milliseconds. That's based on exclusive ACES testing. Either way, those open bolt delays are now pretty much entirely removed. The open bolt delay on the MG34 is now the same as the PKM at around 67 milliseconds, and the S87 now has zero delay when pulling the trigger and a round coming out. That open bolt delay thing was realistic but unnecessary for a game like Call of Duty where you can die in 300 milliseconds, so these guns are a lot more viable, basically an LMG buff across the board, except for the M91 and PKM and Holger. But the new Bruin MK9 LMG, I think that's how you pronounce it, the SAW, that also has zero open bolt delay, so keep that in mind. Then we have the good old Dragunov. The Dragunov's minimum damage was changed, and now the gun cannot get a 3-shot kill unless you shoot through cover. It should always be a 2-shot kill. Even if you shoot them in the legs, it should be a 2-shot kill. So now the Dragunov is a lot more consistent, a lot more powerful, and they also changed the sound to make the gun sound a little bit beefier. I don't know why the Dragunov is filling the role of the high caliber, high damage semi-auto sniper, and Exclusive Ace found that there might be a little less bullet drop on the Dragunov now at long ranges, so that's pretty good too. So the Dragunov overall gets a buff. LMGs, most of them get a buff. And it's pretty dope that you can drop your gun in Warzone. There's also some other little changes, and I recommend you watch Exclusive Ace's video. Go to the channel Exclusive Ace and watch his latest video on more secret changes added to Modern Warfare. I'm not sharing every little detail because I don't feel right doing that. I got most of this information from Ace's video and I don't just want to reiterate it. I feel like that's a little shitty. On top of those changes, the servers are now sort of busted in Modern Warfare. It takes me forever to get into a game, and that sucks. If you guys watched my live stream, you saw that it won't even load my character walking on the menu anymore. And when I was looking for games on that stream, it would go up to like 170 milliseconds. And when my buddy and I were looking for games, it matched us up with a level 32 and a level 1. And of course put those guys on our team for some reason. And on top of that, we weren't connecting to any other platforms, maybe one PS4 player, so it seems like crossplay is down more than anything. The update having hidden changes is bad enough, but also the fact that it sort of broke matchmaking at the same time blows. And because you need to get kills next to smoke grenades for the new LMG, people are throwing smoke grenades everywhere, and it's making it really hard to even see a target. If I'm the only one having that problem, let me know, but it's sort of getting on my nerves how many smoke grenades are now being thrown. It's kind of irritating, Infinity Ward, that you gave people a challenge that requires them to throw smoke grenades, because now, unless you have a thermal sight, you can't see. I'll be holding an angle, waiting for an enemy to come around, and then I suddenly have a smoke grenade on my back. Thanks. As a whole, the new update is a good thing. Adding a new weapon and putting in some important changes and fixes is great, but is the communication over there at Infinity Ward so bad that they don't even want us to know changes that are inherently positive? A Dragunov buff? No more open bolt delay on the LMGs? Being able to drop guns in Warzone? Why keep that from us? How is the communication this bad this many months in? I know it's easy and simple to say, well, it's Joe Saycott, it's Ashton Williams, but that's not the case. There's no way that's the case. There's no way that 2 or 3 people, just because we know their names, are holding up production. When it comes to new content, we're getting that just fine. I don't know why they can't just let us know, hey, we buffed the Dragunov. And what really fucking pisses me off is that after they do these changes and forget to report them, they don't update the patch notes with them. Like, the community's onto you, we found your change, just report it. Say, oh, whoops, okay, sorry. You know, if every update they had to say, whoops, we forgot to add this, it'd be a little funny, and we'd be over it, because at least they're being open about it. They're like, okay, shit, we keep forgetting these things in the patch notes. You know, a lot of people were working from home. You know, we have a lot of people working on these updates, so, you know, no, it's not like that. It's just the patch notes come out and they're wrong, and then people have to figure out what really changed. And these updates are making my friends and I more and more fucking paranoid. We don't know, did the M4 get a little nerfed? Does the FAL kick a little more? Did they accidentally buff the MP5? You know, we don't know, and so we're just sort of nervous every time one of these updates happens, because we don't know if the game's going to be a little worse because of it. And more specifically, we don't know if a gun that we're trying to use is going to get nerfed in some small way, and we'll lose gunfights because we don't know. It would be hard to tell through normal gameplay if the M4 just lost 10% of its range, or the M4 just kicked about 0.1 degrees more. We wouldn't know, but we would sense something is off. We'd lose a gunfight we'd normally win. We'd get mad over something that we normally wouldn't have a problem with, and that will lead to resentment. And that's what I said in a previous video when I talked about how Activision and Infinity Ward are kind of squandering the trust that they're gaining with us. You know, there is a level of trust being built when it comes to the pro-consumer things Modern Warfare is doing, not just for Call of Duty, but AAA shooters in general. So Activision, you should really be pissed at Infinity Ward for taking that built trust and then causing resentment. Not listening to our feedback is one thing, completely getting your patch notes wrong is another. Doing those things both consistently for half a year is a whole other ball game entirely. And that's where I'm gonna end the video, so I don't just start reiterating topics that have already been talked about to death. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for whatever reason. Thank you for making me a part of your free time. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you can see when I go live, because I do live stream on this channel. I will see you when I see you. Goodbye.